Hi my dear children, so today we are going to see about the mammary glands. So that is the only left out part. So we have seen already about other female reproductive parts. If you haven't seen, you can go back to my video and you can see about the female reproductive system. So today's topic is all about the mammary glands. Alright guys, so what is the very first thing which you have to know? What are these mammary glands first of all, right? So of course they are modified sweat glands guys. What are they? They are modified sweat glands. Okay. Alright, so that is the one important thing which you have to know. Alright, so they might ask you whether it's modified sweat or sebaceous gland. Of course, it's this modified sweat gland. And if you see, it is present both in male as well as female. So that is why we call mammals, right? Why are they called as mammals? Because they have mammary glands, alright. But the thing is that it is very rudimentary, underdeveloped. It's rudimentary in males. But it is very much functional in females, right? Yes, so these are the points which you have to know about the mammary glands. Alright guys, if you ask me ma'am, where is it exactly located? So guys, you can see the rib bones there, right? Yes, you can see the rib bones there. So exactly at the second to sixth, right? The second rib bone to the sixth rib bone, you have this mammary gland which is placed, alright? Yes, so second to fifth, so we call it the thoracic region, right? The chest cavity, the location is the chest cavity, so the thoracic cavity basically. So not in the cavity, so you can call it the thoracic region from the second to the sixth rib, alright? So that is the location. And guys, it's a sweat gland. If you take the sweat gland, it is more specifically a type of apocrine gland. What is apocrine gland now? Yeah, so it gives milky sweat, we say, right? Milky sweat is what is referred to as apocrine gland. But if you see the reason why, what is the reason behind it? Because so they are basically derived from the primary epithelial cells, right? The primary epithelial cells, and it comes along with the hair follicle and the sebaceous gland. This apocrine gland, it comes along with the hair follicle and the sebaceous gland, right? So this is so you have to know that mammary gland is a type of modified sweat gland which is an apocrine gland, because that is what is going to give you the manufacturing of colostrum. What is colostrum, guys? The first milk which is secreted after the childbirth, right? So that we call it colostrum. Alright guys, so this is about the mammary gland. So these basics you have to know, right? So what are the other the apocrine glands present in the body? If you ask me, apart from the mammary glands, so there are two other things. One which is present in the eyelids. Not about the lacrimal gland. Lacrimal gland produces the tears. Apart from that, you can see this lubrication which is there, always there in the lids, right? So yeah, so that eyelids, the ciliary glands present there gives that the lubrication there. And the ceruminous glands. Cerumen means, guys, is the earwax, right? So cerumen is the earwax, and the ceruminous glands are nothing but the glands which produce the earwax. So these two are other apocrine glands present apart from the mammary glands. Alright guys, so this is about it. So get this picture. So this is the back side where you can see the rib, right? You can see the rib bones there, right? And just in front of the rib bone, you can see a muscle here, a layer of muscle here. That is the pectoralis major muscle, we say, right? Pectoralis major and the rib bones, and you can also see the intercostal muscles which is in between the ribs. Alright, now let us come to the major part. So look at this structure, guys. Look at this structure. So this breast, right, is made up of two tissues. What are they? One is nothing but the glandular tissue, and another one is nothing but the fat tissue. Alright, so all these parts which you can see here, right, the side parts, all these are fat. Alright, the center part where you can see some lobes, that is the glandular part, right? That is the glandular part. So if you look at each breast will have around 15 to 20 lobes. What are lobes now, guys? Can you see something here like that of cauliflower? So like this, there are 20 lobes in every breast. Alright guys, like this there are 20 lobes in every breast, and if you see the lobe, it has tiny cauliflower like structures. Can you see this? Yeah, so that you call it the lobules. Every lobe has lobules, and these lobules are nothing but they are made up of a structure called alveoli. Have you heard, guys, in the respiratory system? Yeah, the ultimate end of the lungs which does the gaseous exchange. So that also looks like this, right? Yeah, so the structure will be like this, alveoli, and inside the alveoli is where the blood is stored. I mean, the milk is stored. So here will be a lumen where the milk will be stored. All right, guys. Yes, yeah. So that is the lobules. So the lobules, they are connected to tubules like this. Right. So these are lobules. Lobules are connected to tubules. Can you see this small stalk there? That is what is the tubule there. All these tubules attached to one long tube which is known as the mammary duct. Right. All the mammary tubules join to the mammary duct. These ducts bulge at some point like this, like this. I am just giving you the magnified version of this one, this part. This widened part is known as ampulla, which is also known as lactiferous sinus. Lactiferous sinus. Alright guys, where the milk is stored. Alright. And then again it narrows down, which is nothing but the lactiferous duct. Okay. So this portion is also lactiferous duct. One point alone is bulge, that is known as ampulla. The other name is lactiferous sinus, where the milk is stored. Again the lactiferous sinus narrows down to form the lactiferous duct, right? And all these lactiferous duct will join to a point. This is known as nipple. This point is known as the nipple region, and that is surrounded by a pigmented region which is known as areola, right? The dark pigmented region surrounding the nipple is known as areola. Alright guys, so we came from this side to this side. So you have the rib bones, you have the pectoralis major muscle, then starting with the lobes. Lobes have lobules which are made up of alveoli. Alveoli is connected to the mammary duct. Mammary tubules. Tubules are connected to mammary duct. Mammary duct connects to the lactiferous duct, and the bulge portion is known as ampulla, which is otherwise known as lactiferous sinus, which stores the milk, and the lactiferous duct again narrows down and join at a particular point. That tip is known as the nipple, and it is surrounded by a pigmented region called areola. Alright guys? Yeah. Yes guys, look at this beautiful picture now. Look at this beautiful picture. You can see a very magnified view. So can you look at the beautiful alveoli there? Yes. Yeah, so this we call it the lobules, and this one complete part. So this is one lobe, and you can see grape-like structure, right, like that of a grapefruit. Each grapefruit is a lobule, right, and that complete, the complete set of lobules is the lobe. All right, guys, and each lobule, if you see, much closer, it will be like that of an alveoli. It will be like that of an alveoli, right? So which is found in the lungs. Yes, no guys. So what is happening in the alveoli? Can you see the lumen there? So that lumen will be filled with the white milk. Yes. So that is where the milk is stored. Alright, you can see the epithelial cells lining and all, myoepithelial cells they are saying. Alright guys. So this is the lobule. Alright. Yeah. And you can see a small duct here. Can you see? This is what is known as a mammary tubule. That tubule connects to a long pipe called as the mammary duct, which is also known as the milk duct. Alright. Yes, the mammary duct is what, slowly evolves into the lactiferous duct. That lactiferous duct is the milk duct. Alright guys, understood? Yeah, and then it bulges at this part. Can you see the wider region here? I will just zoom it for you. Look at this part. Look at this part, guys. Can you see the ampullary region there? Yeah, widened parts. Yes, so that is what is known as the ampulla, right? Ampulla is nothing but the lactiferous sinus which holds the or stores the milk, and you can see the nipple and the pigmented region is known as the areola. Alright guys, apart from this, what all things you have to know? That you have something called as suspensory ligament, which are supportive ligaments which holds the lobes in place. Alright, so they are suspensory ligaments which are nothing but the connective tissue. And you guys already know that these mammary glands are accessory female reproductive glands, and they produce and release milk after the parturition, that is after delivery. And if you ask me, when does the development happen? After puberty. Alright guys, and if you take the non-pregnant women, this glandular tissue is underdeveloped, alright, which is the glandular tissue. The yellow portions are nothing but the hypodermis part is nothing but the fat. All the yellow portions are the fat, right. The violet portions are the glandular tissue. In non-pregnant women, this glandular tissue is underdeveloped. Only when they get pregnant, it starts to develop. Alright guys. And the size of the breast is always with respect to the amount of fat tissues, not with respect to the glandular tissues. Alright guys, please make a note of that. And I told you this mother's milk, right, is rich with an antibody called IgA, immunoglobulin A antibodies. Very, very, very important. Alright guys. So all these details you have to know. So quickly let me summarize the flow. So what happens is that you have the lobes. Lobes form the lobules. Lobules are nothing but made up of the alveoli. There is another name for alveoli. We also call it as acini. Alright. Yes. And this alveoli, right, it forms tiny tubules which is known as mammary tubules. The mammary tubules connect to the mammary duct. Mammary duct forms the lactiferous duct. Lactiferous duct, widens further to form this ampullary region called lactiferous sinus, and again it narrows down to form lactiferous duct, which joins to the nipple. That's the flow. Alright guys, so that's all about the mammary glands. You can make quick notes out of the video and you can easily study. Alright guys, so with that we have completed the complete introduction to female reproductive system. The next video is very important guys. It's all about oogenesis. I'll make it very easy for you. Hope you all enjoyed. So if you enjoyed the lecture, give a like, a thumbs up, right? Subscribe to the channel. I will be coming up with a lot more videos, and children, it will be very helpful if you put the topics in the comment section. Ma'am, please teach so and so. Please teach me circulatory system, respiratory system, whatever you feel free to put it in the comment box. Yeah, I'm here to help you all. Whatever topic you want me to teach, yeah, from your grade 9 10 biology, I'm here to help you. And apart from that, kiddos, do subscribe and share it with your friends. It will be very helpful. Trust me. Yeah, share it with your classmates. Give them the link, right? Ask them to watch the video. If they like, they can subscribe and all. No compulsion. But share with your friends. Let us share knowledge. Okay, bye, tata, and take care.